Well, and not to justify what they're
Mhm.
doing, but I mean, the industry was born out of mobsters. It did not come out of a wholesome place. Gangsters were
There's
the reason
porno and gangsters.
why. I'm serious. That's where it came from. They had to launder money somewhere, somehow. And so paper was the commodity that they were laundering. And that's where comics came from. It's not a pretty history. They actually stole it from somebody else.
Well,
And
don't let Frederick Wortham hear you from beyond the grave, because then he's going to feel totally justified about seduction of the innocent. We're not emotionally or mentally prepared to deal with that.
but I'm just saying, like, to not know the true history is really not a justice to anybody who really
No.
is a comic fan. I mean, we want to know everything about every celebrity and pick apart every book and every whatever. To not have an accurate representation of where this came from is not something that I
One,
wanted to leave out there.
I
And that was also a
completely
big.
agree with you. That is, he who does not know his history is doomed to repeat it. If we don't know the truth of what brought us these wonderful toys, then chances are it's going to happen to somebody else. And you know how that feels. But
Unfortunately.
but it really does give me chills to think that you and Mark's work gave your father and your grandfather rest. It was like you completed their unfinished business. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
It was, and I knew at the time the magnitude of it when I got into like actually fully pursuing. You know, I had to get through a lot of the emotional family stuff to really accept what my role was in this whole story, um, and kind of figure out how to embrace it. Um, But since I've figured that part out, I've been able to manage my private life and my very public life. Um, because really when it comes down to for me,
Mhm.
and I put myself out there, even though I'm extremely shy and private. And I don't necessarily like people very much, to be honest. I really don't.
Again, best friends.
Um, I knew the importance for the fans. Without the fans, one, we wouldn't be talking about this stuff.
Right.
I wouldn't have anything to celebrate without the fans, because without the fans, guess what? Without them buying the books and buying the stuff and going to the movies and doing all the things that supports the industry, we wouldn't be having these conversations. So I embraced that fact. I'm here for the fans and that's it. You want to come and talk to me? I'll come and talk to you. Like you said, you were surprised that I responded and then I responded quickly.
Yeah.
I don't have time to make people wait. If you want to say hello to me, I'm going to say hello back because I'm a real person. My ego is not bigger than I am. I'm a teacher. I'm a mom. I'm a realist. I don't like to beat around the bush, and I don't like to shun anyone just because I don't know them and they want to say hello to me because of my connection to Batman. I'm not going to do that to the fans. They're the reason why I do the things I do, where I get to go to conventions and have cool interviews with people like yourself and tell Bill's story and talk about my experiences. And I will always appreciate the fans. I will always make time for the fans because that's why we're here. And you know, once I really, really embraced that, I was able to kind of get over that initial shyness and fear that I had. Like, I don't know Batman. I don't read comics. You know, I'm sorry. You know? But you know, they didn't care. They didn't care about any of that stuff that I was super worried about. They're like, "No, you represent Bill Finger. We love you, no matter what." And I'm like, "Okay."
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you! Mobsters to Marvel fights, breaking nerdy news, keeping chat up all night. She's got